Bible is full of lies. Your sky god makes no sense. If he was all perfect, why don't he come down and do something? If he can heal everybody in a minute, why doesn't he heal them all? Why do he make all these different races to fight and to kill? Why does he bring some into the world born blind? America, 1973, Christian America, Jehovah's America, Bible America, 1973. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by following me. Why don't you deny yourself? Why don't you deny yourself? Why don't you say yes to this cause and no to that slave system? I thank you. I thank you. I thank you because my words are spirit and my words are life. This is a revolution that will heal you. This is a Father that will save you. This is one that will shepherd you through every storm.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Gray Step Room Podcast. I'm your host, Mike. With me, as always, is Queen of the Flavor Aid. Trash can. That's what they poured the Flavor Aid into.
Oh, I'm the thing that they poured the
You're a
Flavor Aid
vat in the jungle.
Oh,
No,
God.
That sounds like a Big Nick burn.
That is a Big Nick burn.
Because it sucked.
It was awful. No, as long as it's not grape, then yes. I'll be queen of the Flavor Aid any day.
What flavor would you want?
Well, depending on what time era.
Fruit punch.
No. I'd probably be
The
cherry.
blue Gatorade. The light blue Flavor Aid.
The light blue, exactly. Blue.
Yeah.
Blue anything is superior.
Blue anything, yeah. Yeah.
Flavor-wise.
Grape is the worst.
It is absolutely god-awful.
It is dog shit.
It is horrible.
With or without potassium cyanide.
That probably made it taste better.
Do you think anyone there said, can we get a different flavor?
I know I would have.
Excuse me, Mr. Jones. Different flavor?
I don't like grape. I'm sorry.
Grape sucks. There's a joke, but I'm not going to say it. I'll say it off air.
Yes, that would be most wise.
I'll say it off air.
So we're not drinking Kool-Aid tonight.
Nope.
Or Flavor Aid or whatever.
We're drinking...
We're going out of the norm tonight.
We are. Two different variations of lemonade.
We kind of burnt ourselves out on beers this week.
Yeah.
Being on vacation for 9 days was
Awesome.
Was really great. It was really great.
It was much needed.
Very much needed. Lots of family time. Lots of exploring. Lots of
Activities.
Adventures.
Yeah.
Pool.
Yeah.
A dog pool in the back.
My throat made me pause on the word yeah because I had to cough. Yep. There we go.
Better? Swear to God, if it smells like garlic, I'm going to punch you in your face.
Vampire burps.
Gross. Anti-vampire burps.
Vampire killer burps.
There we go.
My burps are Van Helsing.
So what are we talking about? Or do we want to talk about our drinks real quick?
Let's do that real quick, and then we'll talk about
what we're talking about?
What I've been teasing for the past few intro of this episode. Right now, I am drinking my final Twisted Tea. Hi, I'm Mike. This is my final Twisted Tea of the night.
You bought a sixer yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But that sour that you had was pretty good horsepower, wasn't it?
It was good horsepower, but when we were doing the radio station...
But it was garbage.
It didn't taste good, but it was hard to drink because of...
You were full.
Oh, my God.
Eating so much on 4th of July.
Pasta, hamburgers,
Chips.
chips.
Peach cobbler.
I haven't had any of that yet. So that what's in the kitchen, dibs.
You can, because I just took a big, huge spoonful and shoved it down my gullet before I came up here.
God damn it.
You weren't going to eat all of it?
I was.
I would kill you.
Do you see this picture in front of me?
Yeah. So the picture in front of him is strawberry, rum, and lemonade.
Yep.
And the picture in front of me is lemonade, and bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't remember what bourbon because it was in the Skull decanter.
It's
Evan Williams?
It's Evan.
There's also, and I found this out.
It's like a half a bottle of Evan.
Strawberries are still floating in it.
Oh,
We made that like 4 days ago.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
They're almost white.
God,
There's no
oh my
color
God.
left in them, and I'm probably going to
Eat all of them?
yes.
You get a snack with your drink.
I do.
You got little floaties in it.
Oh God! And we have a cruise tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. Yep. Well, on a riverboat, but still. I'm
the
excited
Belle.
for that.
On the Bella Louisville. So, we, of course, like I said, we did vacation this week. We went to the Indianapolis Children's Museum on Monday. Went to a Bats game on Tuesday. I almost said River Bats.
Yeah. Is that what they used to be called?
Yes.
Well, I mean, then it
Because
counts.
we also had a minor league hockey team called the River Frogs. Yep.
Our minor league hockey team was the Memphis River Kings.
That's funny.
They were good. Me and Mom and Dad used to go to games all the time.
Don't remember if I went to a game or anything, but I do remember they were the River Frogs because we had the River Bats and the River Frogs, and now they're just the Bats, and they sucked ass.
And we got the River Horses that run up yonder on the street at the beginning of May every year.
Sure.
Just throwing put River in front of all the
Everything.
animals.
Yeah.
Boom,
We have
team
River
name.
Dogs.
Yep. The River Cardinals.
Yeah. You're trying to think of something, and I
No,
swear,
no.
Oh, you try not to shit.
I
your
was
pants.
farting, but I was scared a doo-doo was going to come out, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
It smells. I'm gonna stab you.
I'm getting at that age where I can't trust them anymore.
Yeah, don't do that. I know that all
okay.
too well.
It's okay.
So we're not drinking Kool-Aid,
No.
but we know who
We
did
are
drink
drinking.
Kool-Aid.
Yep. Yeah, we did. I don't want to. One of those poor people. I feel so bad.
Jim Jones didn't drink the Kool-Aid. That stupid bitch.
No, he.
So we're talking about, if you guys haven't realized it yet, it's
Jonestown.
Jonestown.
Yep.
Jonestown massacre.
Yeah.
Murders. They said it wasn't a massacre. They said it was.
It was a mass suicide.
There we go.
Massacre would imply that they were all shot to death.
Yeah.
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 Only a couple of them were. Like at the
Like that
airstrip.
bitch Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Fucking God. So I've watched a couple of documentaries and like not all the way through, and I like in bits and pieces.
Uh-huh.
So I never really watched any until tonight. And God
Yeah.
damn it, I fucking hate that man.
Yeah.
I despise that man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because I don't believe in heaven or hell,
Right.
he's not in hell burning,
No.
but he is getting his just desserts wherever he is.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm
Made
sure.
of grape flavorade, I hope.
Yeah. No, because that's what he would have wanted, probably.
No, he took the easy way out.
Yeah. So, yeah. So in this episode, like Tab said, we're going to be talking about life at the. Sorry, I got a loogie stuck in my throat while I was trying to
Gross.
talk. I got rid of it. The People's Temple in Jonestown, which was in Guyana, South America, small country. 1974 is when construction began
Wow.
on the compound.
Wow.
It took about 3.5 years to complete.
And get everybody
And then-
there.
Well, through time, people started to make their way down there at the beginning.
So
that.
let's start at the beginning of his life. Like
Okay.
he was in a small town in Indiana.
Indianapolis.
Oh, he was in Indianapolis.
Born and raised Indianapolis native.
Okay. So he started off as a preacher?
In his early life?
In his early
No, actually, one of his earliest jobs was he was a door-to-door salesman.
That makes 100% sense. That tracks.
Yeah,
Isn't that what the kids say nowadays? That tracks.
I guess.
Well, according to Aaron from I Had to Say It
Yeah.
for president, by the way, 2024, vote for Aaron. He said that they've been saying it since he was in high school. So I guess that tracks is a thing. Anyway,
Sure.
so he was a door-to-door salesman.
Yep.
Then did he go into politics or religion or what did he do?
No, well, when he was a kid early on, his family wasn't religious that much really at all.
So it was one of
the
those, hey, we're going
standard.
to go to church for Christmas or Easter.
Well, he had seen one of the earliest recordings of him going to church was when he was a kid. While he was in church, he saw how much authority and power that the minister had,
Gotcha.
talking to all these people, and
Right.
they were all
Listening,
how
yeah.
focused into what he was and he, I guess for himself, he wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
So he started to take
narcissist.
Yeah. Well, he started to take influence in war leaders like Winston Churchill, Adolf Hitler, guys like that.
Right.
And he would study them and see how much authority and power that they had over,
Like how they spoke, how they held
Yeah.
themselves, how they did
Yeah.
things.
like,
Gotcha.
but over thousands, maybe even or millions of people,
Yeah.
all at once.
Yeah.
And one of the games that he liked to play when he was a kid was, he called it playing Hitler, where he would get all of his friends and he would play Hitler, and they would be like his
Pawns,
his
his-
associates,
yeah.
and they would just do whatever he said, kind of a thing. It's all of this started in his childhood,
So he was fucked up since a kid.
and it progressed from there. Yeah.
Is there anything on his backstory growing up as a child? Like, was he beaten by his dad?
No.
Was he...
Good family life. Dad was a World War I veteran.
Huh. So there was nothing bad in his family to cause this to happen?
No, this was all self-inflicted, I guess. I don't know.
It was just there.
Yeah.
He was just born with it.
It was just something that he saw, and he
Maybe
took
it's
it.
Maybelline.
Yeah, it was for his hair.
Wait. Maybe she's born with it. Yeah, maybe it's Maybelline. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
But yeah, and it's
Interesting.
just something early on. He just
Okay.
thought
just did
he
it.
found a thing. It was a thing he found interest in. That was his deal.
That's a weird party trick, but okay.
Yeah, and he got older. He started to get more involved in the church that he would go to, and became a minister at his church. One of the jobs he held, though, he was he helped out, or he worked at a like a nursing home type place,
Yeah.
and that's where he met his first wife.
Gotcha. Was it?
It wasn't Marceline.
Oh, okay.
No,
Was it Judy? No, not Judy. What was her name? Nancy? No. Son of a bitch, I don't remember his wife's name. The one who was in the video, right?
no.
Oh, she didn't go?
No,
Okay. He also had a lot of mistresses and concubines and shit, right?
he did off and on.
God.
Yeah. He studied at Indiana University in Bloomington.
And what did
He's
he
a-
study?
He's an IU alum.
Do you know what he studied?
Uh,
Theological, like church
no,
stuff? Gotcha. So he went to actually be ordained.
public
and,
speaking and all this stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it was stuff he already it was self-taught. He just went because easy A.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but that's his early life.
Okay. So when did he become a pastor or preacher of a church? Like he was the head honcho?
Yeah.
And that's when it got started that he was starting to brainwash people.
Well, the first People's Temple was actually the first two. Were both in Indianapolis.
Oh,
Not far from each other at all.
interesting.
The first one was a smaller location.
Right.
Almost like a house. But he started to bring in more and more people, so he thought, well, I'm going to need a bigger place. So
We're going to need a
he
bigger
moved.
boat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
So he moved from the first location of the People's Temple a few miles away to this giant green. It's still standing today. It's quite the tourist attraction.
Interesting. We could have stopped
Yeah.
there on Monday.
I wanted to.
Well, you should have said something.
We needed to get home to the girls,
That's true.
so we had spent enough time. Didn't
Yes.
even get to go see Peyton.
Mama said, "Don't hurt Peyton.
Don't hurt Peyton.
Don't hurt Peyton." So so everything started in Indy. Did he move closer to the coast to get closer to South America?
No, he packed up and moved everything to San Francisco,
Oh, okay.
and that's where
Did a lot of his congregation follow?
all
All of them?
of them,
Jesus Christ.
every last one.
Fuck.
Yeah. To he had a couple thousand by this point. Yeah. So, but the first People's Temple actually started in 1952.
Whoa.
So he had been doing this thing for a really long time. From 52 to 1978.
Jesus.
That's quite a spread of years. You know?
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So it had somebody in it prior to Jim
Right.
Jones.
Right.
And he just kind of took the torch and made a Molotov cocktail.
More or less. Yeah. And he would go to other churches. He would take his followers and go to other churches
And
to
then-
like visit
And
and then try to
them
bring
in.
them in. One of the most famous ones was this African American church, and it was led by a guy named Father Divine.
Okay.
Father Divine was mindset wise, he was kind of like Jim,
Okay.
not as intense
Gotcha.
with his people
Mhm.
and his wife Mother Divine.
Mhm.
When Father Divine passed away, Jim told his people that Father Divine, when he died, he came into me, and now I am him. So if you want to keep learning his teachings and stuff, come with me. Father Divine's wife believed it too and went with him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I want to know his sales. I want to see his numbers. I want to see his numbers. If he was a
He did
door-to-door
well.
salesman, I want to see them receive.
Well, he did that for income until he was able to start
I know,
convincing everybody else.
But what I'm saying, though, is that's a goddamn good salesman.
He used to sell monkeys also.
What?
Door-to-door salesman, monkeys.
Why?
Yeah.
Why monkeys?
Why not? When you're good at something, find out how good you really are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Did he sell?
Yeah.
He sold them in Indianapolis?
Yeah.
He was part of an MLM, wasn't he?
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Pyramid scheme?
Oh, that, yeah.
Multi-level marketing?
Oh, okay. See,
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I bet he would top-notch leader of one of them. shits.
He was good at convincing people of just about anything,
Oh my god.
as time will tell.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So he moved to California, took everybody with him, picked up another church.
He bought one.
After Father Divine passed away,
Well, the People's Temple in San Francisco, he bought that.
he
that
bought
location
the
himself.
building and put the name on it, People's Temple.
Right.
And then Father Divine died, and he took his people,
And yes, they all kind of like
shifted over.
Yeah. Like,
Was
well,
anybody smart to be like, I'm not going there?
no. Well, some were, but the majority went with him. There was a pretty good amount that decided, well, we're just gonna end this, and
Okay.
but yeah, this is how cults work.
I know.
There's way worse ones than this.
Speaking of which, there is one that I would love to cover during Taproom of Terror.
Which one?
The vampire cult in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, God, the vampires.
I'm pretty sure my ex-boyfriend was a member.
Vampire people. Jesus,
Anyway.
they're just as retarded.
Oh, my God. So,
We'll have Ty on for that episode.
Sure. Love it.
That would be
He
hilarious.
could talk like that all fucking, the whole thing, the whole time. The whole time?
Join my
Join my
cults.
cult. I'm a vampire. Anyway. So, and what else did he do? Or was he just trying to grow his congregation during that time?
Yeah.
What was his plan at the end of this?
His end game?
Yeah. Was to create a compound where he can be the leader and run it like it's his own world?
Pretty much.
He got there.
Yeah, he really
He
did.
did. He really did.
Yeah.
So,
But he would make friends with local politicians.
of course.
One of his top most trusted advisors was a guy named Tim Stone, who was an attorney. He ended up quitting his job and becoming Jim Jones's personal attorney for the People's Temple.
Interesting.
Yep.
So, did Jim Jones ever believe in God?
Yes.
But then he went crazy and started thinking that he was God.
Almost like a vessel
Gotcha.
of God himself,
So-
the creator of the heavens and the earth.
So he was like another Jesus, to where like God came down and impregnated his mother, and or something about that, and he was God himself, and the whole weird Jesus thing, right?
Well, to him, he was a step above Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, so interesting.
If you listen to a lot of his speeches,
I really
you can kind of he doesn't actually say that, but you kind of like pick up on it.
You
like,
get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets
So
wild.
okay,
He was an evangelical ventriloquist.
We are our ventriloquists.
He was a ventriloquist.
A ventriloquist.
I don't know how to say that word. It's a hard word.
Evangelical.
Evangeline Lilly.
Close enough. I'll
Yep.
take it.
He was an Evangeline Lilly. He was that chick from the Hobbit movies.
And Lost.
And Ant-Man.
Yeah. So when he bought, and everybody was in California, and that's when he started getting bigger and bigger, and that's when he got the bright idea, hey, let's do a compound.
Well, but he didn't tell pitch the idea, because if he said his word is beginning and end.
Gotcha.
We're doing this. I'm doing this. I'm going to pitch it to you. You're coming with me. You want to come with me. You don't want to stay here. You don't know what I know what you want. You don't know what you want.
And I did notice in both of the documentaries that we watched, he made a lot of mention as to there's going to be racial segregation again.
Yes.
Your children are going to grow up in a world.
And ageless, sexless, all that is discriminatory. It's all
everything.
Nothing like that exists here.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody is one.
Well,
everybody's the same. Nobody's going to hate you for your sex, your race, your gender, your whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's if you look at the sign for the People's Temple, there's no apostrophe S in People's, because an apostrophe implies ownership.
Gotcha.
He didn't want that.
Okay.
It was, this is for everyone.
That's where he got them.
People's as in us, not person, which I guess he doesn't know grammar, but he's retarded anyway.
No grammar. No
But
grammar.
yeah, but if you look at a photo of the People's Temple sign, there's no apostrophe. It's not people apostrophe S.
I was wondering that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was a mistake or something on the sign.
Because in his mind, an apostrophe implies ownership.
Ownership. Gotcha.
Yeah. There's no ownership.
That makes no sense to me.
Amongst everybody.
Oh, okay. Not just, I mean, he has the ownership of them.
Yeah, right.
But he's trying to make it more palatable for them to...
It was a sales pitch.
Gotcha.
It was a sales pitch.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because... So there was someone that I had worked for a while ago, and he said when you're trying to get the point across and to include everybody and to make them feel special, you use the word we. So instead of saying, oh, I did this for you today, you can say, oh, we did this for you today. And it sounds better. It's easier for them to swallow.
Right. See, here's a picture of one of the signs out front.
People's Temple.
No apostrophe.
The Disciples of Christ, Denominational Brotherhood, Jim Jones, pastor.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And one of the things that he was really big on during his time back in Indianapolis, before going to California.
Right.
And this is all when segregation was popping off.
Yeah.
Back in the late 50s, 60s, or late 50s and through the 60s and all that.
When they were starting to
reverse
that.
Right.
Gotcha.
Well, even during its peak.
Well, not really reverse it. No, I mean when they first started it.
Right.
When they started the demolition of the segregation shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And during its peak, so what he would do is he would take a lot of African American followers of his, and he would take them to lunch or dinner at whites only restaurants.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. To make them feel more welcomed and
right.
brainwash them. Gotcha.
And the staff would, hey, we can't serve their kind here. If they want to eat, they got to go go around back and thing. And he was like, well, you know who I am.
Right.
They're with me. So
Right.
if you're going to feed me, you're feeding all these people.
Right.
He was really big in trying to end segregation.
Gotcha.
He did have, for what a piece of shit he was, he did have some good
Pull.
qualities to him,
Yeah.
which, white people, Asians, black, Jewish, we're
Aliens.
all people.
Right.
There should be none of this,
Right.
which that's
Great.
cool.
Fucking love it.
Right. But I guess it just, as it went on, it got worse and worse and worse.
I think honestly, it sounds like he was doing that to gain more people
He was,
for him.
but he did love
Everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
Color, creed, all of it. He believed everybody should just be cool with everybody.
Well, yeah. When did he start doing drugs?
He started doing that kind of towards the end of the San Francisco, going into the Guyana.
So he probably was on a really bad acid trip when he came up with the going to Guyana.
He did. I don't think he did. I don't know what drugs it was he did exactly. It's documented what he did. I
Don't remember.
I don't remember.
Personally.
But it was a lot.
I can imagine, but
it
I'm telling you,
created-
it sounded like it was a really bad acid trip.
Yeah.
And he met God face to face, or a God, and he was like, "Go to Guyana, build me a compound."
Well, no, that was if you in our the quote, the thing I put at the beginning of the episode. He always referred to God as your sky god. Your sky god doesn't love you the way I love you. He's up there. You can't see him.
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm standing in front of you,
You can
face to
see
face.
me.
I'm physically showing you right here that I love you.
I forgot that he said that in one of the documentaries we watched tonight.
Yeah.
They actually had him on tape where he said that.
Right. One of
And-
his recordings.
I mean, what better way to make yourself look like a god is
Exactly.
to say, wherever or whoever that you are worshiping, then I'm here. I'm physical. I'm present. I'm right here. You can touch me. You can see me.
Yeah.
That's a smart move.
And he did all of the miracle healing stuff
Jesus.
too, which I do have a clip of. It's there was a woman in his group.
Oh, was
in
that
his
the
congregation.
broken leg thing?
She had a broken leg.
So she said.
Yeah. And cast off, run. Now you can run.
Mm-hmm.
So here's that for everybody.
A little old lady, and she was in a wheelchair. Jim said, "We're gonna heal those legs of yours. You're gonna walk again."
Come forth, my dear. Stand out. Take that step. Bless your heart. Take that step.
And she takes this real slow, shaky step. She said, "I can feel it." And he says, "Now I want you to walk toward me."
Move forward. Move forward. Move forward, darling. You can do it.
And she starts taking forward steps. And she starts walking up one of the aisles. And pretty soon she's running. Well, by this time, the whole congregation's running down these aisles with us. We're all just...
But yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Woman in a wheelchair.
So-
old lady.
But, I mean, total setup. Like, why don't people see that? It's a
Yeah.
setup.
He's a good salesman.
Jeez.
When
That's
you-
why, like, these televangelistic people
Mm-hmm.
that, like, oh, you have a demon inside you. And, like,
The
they touch
speaking in
them.
tongues thing.
And then they touch them, and then they, like, start shaking and, like, fall to the ground. And people are catching them, and they're like, the demon is no more. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not see
Yeah.
that all of that is a ruse?
Nick once told me, he goes, "Man, I bet the people that speak in tongues can eat mad pussy." I was like, "God damn, man."
That is the first thing I've ever heard him say.
He goes, "I got to learn how to speak in tongues, man. I bet they eat mad pussy."
I can see him
They get them
saying
bitches to squirt. That was one of the funniest things I had ever heard that guy say. My brother, ladies and gentlemen.
that. No, I just, I guess I just don't. I don't know.
Well,
but people needed. That's the thing, though. Okay, so when it comes to religion, what I've noticed is people need something to believe in, something to hold on to, something to live for.
for those of you out there that do,
Believe any religion.
Please
we're
do.
We're not shooting you
we
down.
are not here to
We're
judge.
not going to shit on you.
No.
But what I'm saying, though, is that that's what gives people reason
Yeah. If it gives them, I think it gives them a sense of purpose in life.
and hope
Right.
that this isn't the worst.
Yeah.
Or if your life is shit, it gives you something to
Or
look.
people who are spiritual as well.
Yes.
If
Same
that
thing.
gives you purpose, fucking balls to the wall. I've said it a million times. Go fucking nuts with it.
Just don't shove it down my throat.
Yeah, just don't make me do it
No.
because I don't
Don't
want
make
to.
me listen to it.
don't
Don't
want
make me.
to.
No. Get the hint the first time.
I'll listen to it because I'm interested in learning new things. I'm just not going to agree with you.
No. No. Change my mind.
I read
No,
a
I'm
science book a lot of times.
kidding. Science. So, when he moved to
Guyana?
Guyana,
Yes.
and he started moving people in, did he take like a certain number of people of his congregation and was like, hey, you, Bill, you're going to go with me. Jimmy, you're going to go with me.
Well, to
Peter,
start it
let's
off,
go.
he went there, and Guyana itself is it's a small, poor country, and easy to get. And he went there in '74, and to get the land, he had 3,800 acres that he was allowed to have, and he pretty much negotiated for that because Guyana was a really poor country. It didn't have a well established like elite government, so it was easy for him to kind of take or to convince them, hey, I'm bringing this much people here. I need this land, and they basically said, okay, yeah, it's here you go. Here's the deed to it. It's yours. Take it. And then that's when construction began in Jonestown, and he took a lot of people with him to start the building process, which took about 3.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see that because that is a lot of land.
Yeah.
And them not having like all of the resources and materials and people. I bet they didn't have the people to build it. I bet it was just mostly his congregation who volunteered to go and help build it.
It was all of his folks that set it all together. And he had, I mean, look how many people he had following him at the time. So you have people from all different career types with many skill sets and everything.
In one of the documentaries, I think it was the second one we watched, they were talking about how they had mechanics and carpenters and plumbers and doctors,
electricians,
and everybody of that nature.
And Jonestown had full access to electricity.
That's
lights. I mean, that's how all the recordings were kept from all his recordings they would do with his White Nights and shit like that.
Jesus.
Which we'll definitely be getting
we're
into
gonna
White
get into
Nights.
that. So whenever once they completed it and and everybody was there, it was just like I didn't see any livestock in the footage.
It was there. He
Okay.
had livestock. He had it was basic farm pigs,
Cows.
goats, chickens.
Gotcha.
I don't think he had any cows, but the smaller ones.
So
He used goats for their milk and meat and all that.
they didn't really, and I didn't really see it because this is the only couple documentaries that I've seen. Did they had families that were able to live together?
Yeah.
But what if you weren't with a family?
You were assigned somewhere.
So if it was,
Are you talking about like to live?
housing?
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so say it was Gunnar, you, and I, and we were living there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was only 3 of us. Because I heard a recording of a lady saying something about 4 or 5 to a house.
Yeah.
So does that mean that there would have been 2 or 3 other people living with us?
There could have been, yeah.
Gotcha.
One of his rules there was, like, say you and I, we're married.
Right.
We're not allowed, like, if I wanted to, like, in the morning give you a good morning kiss or a good night, no.
Really?
No affection.
What?
No affection. That's considered a PDA, and that is a big no-no.
Was there a time and a place for
Nope.
it?
Don't do it.
Then how did they have children?
you had to get permission.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Jones, can me and my husband have coitus tonight?
It's up to him.
Whoa.
Yep. And it would have to be under counsel.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Come back with that one.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean it has to be under counsel?
You'd have to talk about it.
Oh, okay. You scared me there because I thought you meant like
Watch?
Yeah.
No. And if he wanted you to come to his cabin to have sex with him, your answer is yes.
I have to.
Yeah. Your answer is yes. If you're on... So he had this thing called a fuck schedule.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yes.
my ex-boyfriend.
There were men and women on it. Yep. But here's one of his things. It's stupidest thing. One of the stupidest things. One of. Just because I have sex with a man, I'm not gay.
He's gay.
You're gay.
No.
Everyone can be
He sucked my dick. He's gay.
like if Jim Jones had sex with me. Okay? I had sex with a guy, so I'm gay.
But he's not.
He's not. He can't be. No.
Whoa.
But his word was the hard F, the other F word.
F
The
with
gay
a hard
F word.
T. F with a hard T.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The gay F word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he would call people that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Even though he okay.
Nope.
He was just there. He was the pleasure. He just wanted the pleasure.
If on the fuck schedule, whatever time it is, if he wants to have sex any time of day.
Didn't you say that there was
If you're-
actually somebody who kept that schedule?
Yes. Yes.
I do not want that job.
And the reason
Was there
that
secrets? Like, was it a secret
No.
or everybody
no.
knew?
Oh yeah. Everybody knew.
Like Jeannie down a couple houses down. She's due at 2:00 and I'm due at 4:00.
I want to have sex at this time. Who's up next?
Who's available?
Yeah. Who's next on the list?
Wow. So he could have fathered more children than we know.
No. He had a pull-out game.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So his pullout game was
Except for guys.
well. I mean, there's no way of getting a dude pregnant.
He did have one cool thing.
What?
It was a chimpanzee that went by the name of Mr. Muggs.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on. We were talking about sex before this, and then now there's a chimpanzee.
That he adopted. It was his pet.
Okay.
He
So
didn't fuck the chimp.
That's
No.
where I was going.
No, he didn't fuck Mr. Muggs.
Okay, he better not have. Gross.
No, Mr.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, but gross.
But yeah, no, he would have. I just wanted to shout out Mr. Muggs. Mr. Muggs ruled.
Did he brought him down there too?
He adopted Mr. Muggs in San Francisco.
Okay, and then he brought him to.
Or he adopted him in Guyana and then went back to San Francisco during like the construction. Like, hey,
Gotcha.
I've got
This
this
is my
guy.
guy.
He's like our team mascot, but he's my pet. And his name is Mr. Muggs.
Jesus.
And Mr. Muggs loves me. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's neither here nor there.
Right. No, that was a good fun fact. Okay,
is.
so there was a fuck schedule.
There was a fuck schedule.
And oh, God, that almost sounds like a Negan type thing, you know?
A little
I
bit.
wonder if they based Negan off of Jim.
Well, he didn't claim marriage to these women.
No. But what
Like
I'm
the way
saying,
Negan did.
though,
But yeah, I see what you're
Negan
saying.
didn't really. I mean, he did, but he didn't.
He called them his wives.
But so when he wanted it by anybody, doesn't matter who it is.
Well, you have to be. He has to think that you're hot. He wasn't just gonna go around and all the women are on here.
It's just the ones he wanted.
It's like, I think she's kind of hot.
Put her on the schedule.
This chick's cute.
Janice, pencil her in for 1:00 on Tuesday.
It was the original Tinder. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
So for everyone that uses Tinder, congratulations. You have a fuck schedule in your phone.
Fuck schedule.
You're no better
So-
than he is. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God. So okay, and he would choose like people's wives or whatever, whatever he wanted, and they allowed
Married
this
or not.
How the fuck do you allow this to happen?
Doesn't matter. Did not matter if they allowed it or not. He allows it, so it is okay.
So if me and you were on the compound,
Yes.
and he was like, "Hey,"
If you were on his fuck schedule,
you'd have to get over it.
yeah, deal with it.
But why didn't I don't understand?
And if I tried to stop him,
he'd kill you.
No, he had
Oh,
a lot of punishments.
Tortures.
A lot.
And
Well, yeah, yes and no, depending on what punishment it was up to him. Also,
I just don't see why men were like, I don't like this dude fucking my wife. Let's get out of here. Brainwash.
yeah.
Brainwash.
Well, he had his male followers so convinced that
Oh, let me do this.
to them it was like, oh my god, he wants to fuck my wife. I must be doing all right. Okay, yeah, babe, get in there. Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He cucked them.
Jesus.
He was a cuck.
All right, so
Well, they were cucks.
they were cucks.
He was doing the cucking.
Well, they didn't. Well, yeah. Anyway, so you were talking about punishments. Do you know any of those punishments that he would do?
I have them all right here. One of them was he would tie someone to a tree and threaten them with the tiger's going to come eat you now. There was a tree on the edge of the compound, face somewhere, and he would tie someone to the tree facing the forest, the
Right.
jungle. Leave him there all night. The tiger's coming to get you. Tie him up to the tree, let the tiger get him. There's recordings of all this. He would do it to kids. There's one recording of, I don't remember the guy's name. He was a teenager, smart mouth kid, African American kid, and he just did nothing but cause trouble.
Right.
So Jim said, "All right, put
To
him on
the
the tree, tie him up." Well, he threatened him with that. What he did do to him was, so in the Amazon, there's frogs, poisonous frogs.
Yes.
He had one. He'd put it in a box with a hole in it big enough to stick your hand in. And what he would do is he would make you have to put your hand in the box with the frog. The frog touches you, you get poisoned. And that fear, a lot of people feared that. That's two of them. He would public humiliation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fun.
One of those was
That was my teenage years, but anyway.
there was forced labor, and that would mean that you would have to work from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Jesus.
nonstop. Yeah. I don't care how tired you are. Keep working. Keep going. This needs to be done. That needs to be done. Build these. Build those. Plant this stuff over here. Plant this over there. And anything that was manual
Right.
labor.
Jesus.
He would drug people.
Oh, I figured that because that one guy who left his son,
Yeah.
the one who slipped the note, he said his roommate ended up being drugged, beaten, and what did he say? Put in solitary confinement or something?
Imprisonment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that was another punishment.
Oh, I don't think I could do that.
And then there was
I lived COVID.
there was beatings where he wouldn't beat you, but he would let other people
His
beat you.
guards or
Anybody.
strong men or
Yeah. One of the things that he liked to do, and back in the San Francisco days, was he would have hold boxing matches. So if you did a crime, or something that was against what he wanted,
Right.
he would have you fight his biggest, strongest person,
Right.
and knowing that you would get the shit kicked out of you.
Oh yeah.
And the boxing match would stop when Jim decided it was over.
Jesus.
There was another guy who tried to molest a child. So what Jim did was he made the guy pull his nuts out and sit him on a like a small table, and have people take strips of rubber hose, start smacking the guy's nutsack.
I agree with that. That's fine.
Well, yeah, and stop when Jim says stop.
Okay.
He decides when you've had enough
Oh, okay.
of any punishment.
Whoa.
And if he forgot, well,
I'll be back in 20 minutes.
you're out there.
3 hours later.
Could have been days, months,
Fuck.
weeks. With the forced labor stuff, could have been that long. Imprisonment could have been that long.
Yeah.
Just whenever he says you're done is when you're done.
And that's if he remembered.
He would, but
So, do they have any notations of anyone dying on the compound prior to the Kool-Aid?
they weren't there long enough.
Okay. Okay.
Once once everybody was there,
Yeah,
like when it was
yeah.
everything was done,
So
ready
it was
to go.
like Peter down the road had a heart attack and died.
Not that I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm sure there was.
Right.
Maybe a couple.
The natural
Because-
causes. Or
Yeah, because
something.
he had a lot of senior citizens there too.
Or as Jim Jones calls it, natural causes, quotation marks.
Right. Yeah.
He could have killed people as punishments or
Had
whatever.
people killed.
Had people killed,
Yeah,
yes.
he wasn't going to do it.
No, he's a bitch.
Why would I do something when I have these guys to do it?
hands are going to get dirty and I'm going to get all sweaty.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So,
One of the things that Jonestown did provide was free health care and free homes. You had zero bills. Nothing.
but they also
Free food.
pulled one of the oldest
It was a hat trick.
Christian religions, Christianity's religions trick in the book.
Yeah.
It's where they keep you tired,
Yeah.
keep you exhausted,
Uh-huh.
feed you shit. They
Yeah.
feed you just enough to keep you alive,
Yep.
and that keeps you focused.
Well, his big thing was a society that is 100% based on socialism.
Right.
Which is what that is.
Right. So that when I seen that on the documentary where they said, "Oh, we'll keep them tired." They kept them tired, they kept them malnourished, and that's why they were so brainwashed as to this is the only life for me.
Yeah.
That brought me back to my teenage years when I went to church camp. They got us up at 7 a.m. We had to be down at the breakfast hall, chapel, to have morning prayer before breakfast between 8 and 8:30. Then at 9, we got to have breakfast. After that, we went back to chapel for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Then we went to small group, and then we got to do our independent recreations to whatever we wanted to for about an hour. Then we had to go back to our small groups. Then we got to go back to the dorms to change for free time. Then we went for lunch, and then we went here, and then we went there. Sometimes we wouldn't go to bed until 11, 12 o'clock at night, and yet here we are as children
Having to get up
waking
early.
up
Yeah.
at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, you set your alarm if you wanted the shower and you wanted hot water. You slept in till the latest time you possibly could. You get a cold shower, but at least you got another hour of sleep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they kept us emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's how
it was
they
along those lines.
that's how they kept you like in that emotional state. I know if I don't sleep and I don't eat very well or I'm barely eating, that look at haunt season.
Oh, yeah.
Look at how badly it broke me because I was only sleeping 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah. It's intense.
Intense.
In cabins.
In cabins
It's
or
in
houses.
cabins.
Yeah. So what tipped the reporters and the congressman off
To want to go down
to
there?
want to go there?
They were aware of his influence in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it
And
like
there was
it like family members and stuff like reaching
was-
out to them? Because I know there was one guy in the documentary who was like, "I've been trying to get here for a year to check on my daughter," the guy
Yeah.
who went to that house. It's like, I've been trying for a fucking year to get
At
here.
at the People's Temple house.
In Georgetown.
Yeah.
Which was 100 miles
Well,
or 50? 50 miles outside of
25.
Jonestown?
25.
I thought they said 50.
But 50 because Georgetown and
Jonestown were a good distance.
Kayatu were yeah.
Yeah.
But no, there were you had before everybody went to Jonestown, there were some people that stayed back that decided they didn't want to be a part of it anymore. They didn't want to go. And they started to kind of like start snitching, start talking about it. But a lot of people he was so famous that people already knew what he was about.
But didn't not most, but some of the congregation like, whoa, I'm not doing this. We're not doing this.
There were some.
This is not my deal. Like,
Leaving California going to Guyana.
No. The people who were in California, a part of his congregation,
Yeah.
and then were like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Yeah,
And they just left,
they had a lot of people that decided to leave.
and they didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Were they some of the people that were ratting out like, "Hey, you really need to go here.
Yeah,
You really need to see what this guy is about."
some of them, yeah, but there was a lot of higher up officials. They all already kind of knew.
Gotcha.
They a lot of, because he talked about it so much. I mean, the guy recorded everything he ever said, pretty much.
About going to Guyana?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everything that was going on?
Oh, yeah.
Did he actually record himself talking about what he did there?
Yeah.
They have it on tape?
There's a lot of recorded stuff from him. A lot.
Let's go down that rabbit hole. Not right now.
No.
I
Well,
wanna go
some
down
of
the
it,
rabbit hole.
it's you can't find everything, but it does exist. It does exist.
All right. So it was mostly family members of the inhabitants, and it was previous congregational people in the congregation who were like, "Hey, you might want to go check this guy out.
Yeah.
We haven't seen our family and friends in X amount of time, and we haven't heard from them. We don't know if they're alive."
Yeah.
And
they would go to their local congressman or whoever, any elected official, and say, "Hey, we can't go there. Is there any chance maybe you guys could go there?"
And then they finally put two and two together, and they're like, "Hey, let's put a team. News team assemble."
Pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad they at least got there to
They tried.
see and was able to show.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, if that didn't happen, Jonestown would still be going on.
Well,
You don't think it would?
no, because Jim wanted the mass suicide.
He only did that because of he said when it gets out,
Yeah.
what we have, they're going to want to come and take it.
Yeah, that's
Let's die before it gets out.
yeah. He had no intentions of carrying this on through even today.
Really?
Yeah,
So he had this mass suicide planned?
he was so paranoid.
Well, yeah.
All this paranoia. He goes, "They're going to come for us. They're going to kill. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill you. They're going to kill your children. They're coming. They're
Yeah.
going to kill us.
Yeah.
So we need to kill ourselves first. So they can't get to us.
get to us and hurt us.
If
and-
they kill us, then they win and we lose. So if we want to win this war, quote unquote, we need to kill ourselves first."
Gotcha.
To that note, he would hold these meetings called White Nights. He
Yep.
did this 100 times.
The
100 exactly.
Well, I mean, I know it was all a fake up until then to see everybody's reactions and are they really going to go through with this?
The White Knights was a test to loyalty.
Yeah.
That's what that was. They didn't know it. They didn't know that. They thought that the White Knights were just. It got to a point where, oh God, he's up at this hour. We have to go, so let's just go hear what he has to talk about now.
Right.
And he would ramble on about it, just a bunch of nonsense. And one of the things that they always did at all the White Knights was he would give them the drink and tell them, "Hey, this is poisoned, so this is where you need to test your.
It's go time.
Yeah.
It's go time. Let's go.
We're going to test your salt now." And everybody would drink it, and then he would tell them,
Just kidding.
"Yeah, I just wanted to test you and see, and you all passed." And then he would start rambling on more.
Did they actually say what happened if people didn't take it during the trials
Punishment.
of the White Knight? Oh,
Nobody wanted to get punished.
gotcha.
They all knew. They just started to play along at this point.
Gotcha.
Because they didn't want to. They didn't want to have the frog or the tiger and the.
Right.
There are no tigers in the Amazon.
No.
First of all,
No, but they don't know that.
right. It was
They don't know
just a tiger is a big scary animal.
Right.
Perfect scare tactic. So
Of course.
let's use that.
Of course.
But yeah,
So when the news reporters and the camera crew and
Congressman Leo Ryan,
yep,
rest in power.
Congressman Ryan and all of them started showing up, it seemed like some of the people, it was a breath of fresh air of like there's an outside world.
a small handful.
Most of them were like
The ones who wanted to defect were the ones who were excited.
Right. Which I'm surprised that more people didn't defect.
Salesman.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Oh my God,
cult.
what's that guy's name? The guy who left his son behind. When he said he signed over his rights to Jim Jones of his child.
Yeah.
There is no way in fucking hell.
Nope.
I would ever leave Gunner behind.
Well, do you remember why he said he did it?
Because he thought he would be safer.
Yeah, because of
compound.
because of all the segregation. Because he was a white man with a black son.
Right. Well, he was half black.
Yeah, but still.
But what? How? Like, I don't give a flying fuck if Gunner is purple.
Yeah.
I will never, ever leave my child.
But you not knowing, if you were there in his shoes, you don't know the full
story.
extent of it.
Right.
So
right.
you're in your head. You're protecting.
Right.
Because he did say, "I'm coming. I'll see you soon. I'm coming back.
I'm coming back for you."
He just wanted to leave him there so he could go back to America to
get resources,
plant roots, work. So
I thought it was to get the cavalry to come back.
That too.
I don't.
But he didn't want to go take his son back here to America and end up being fucking homeless.
What day was that? That was what, November 15th when they showed up in the compound? 16th?
17th.
17th.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they got on the plane on the 17th, after everybody, like the caravan, the truck showed back up after they left.
Yeah.
Why didn't they say something like, "Hey, there's more people, they need you"?
It was a fear.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see that.
At this point, a lot of them knew what Jim and his quote-unquote security were capable of. They want to... You don't want to poke the bull.
Right.
You don't want to poke the bull. So
they thought they had more time.
Yeah.
But Jim being the crazy...
Well, think about this. How many... All the 100 white knights. It's probably another bullshit.
Right.
I have time. He's not going to do this. He's just running his dick sucker.
Right.
So.
Right.
It was poor timing.
So they took what, 15 people?
Yeah.
I think is what they took.
30.
Oh, they took 30.
Well, 30 total survived. They took 15. Yeah.
Well, no, they took 15 of those people who wanted to leave
at the Kaituma airstrip. Yeah.
At the airstrip, yeah.
Right.
So they get them on the plane, and like they had that mole who showed up and started shooting inside of the airplane, trying to kill everybody.
Yeah, with him, it was one of the guys knew that, hey, he's not one of us. He's one of his hardcore followers. He's a spy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an infiltrator. He's one of Jim's soldiers. But Congressman Leo didn't believe it. Or I'm not going to say he didn't believe it. He didn't know. He just saw, hey, this is another guy that wants to go home.
Right.
Pick him up. Let's go. Yeah.
Well, and the way that the news reporters, I really want to see those on video of the people who are like, my name.
Yeah.
I am agreeing to leave the compound with nobody telling me that I have to leave the compound.
Yeah.
I am doing it on my own free will.
A lot of them did do that. And even Jim was like, look, if you want to go. If you want to come back.
You are more than welcome to come back.
The door's open.
Right.
Come in. But that's what he told them to make them, it gave him a sense of comfort.
For the most part.
He knew what he was up to the whole time.
Oh,
he
yeah,
goes,
100%.
Yeah, because once they got to the Port Kaituna airstrip, as everybody's jumping on these planes, here comes a truck.
Full of...
Load of guys.
Yep.
And for anyone who, if you want to see it...
Hulu and...
Cameraman Bob Brown's footage is out there. Mm-hmm. Go on Hulu and watch it.
Yep. He was the first one shot.
One of them, yeah.
Well, he was the first one shot dead.
Yeah.
I should say.
Yep.
So the one thing that gets me is I feel like they didn't try hard enough because I think they would have been able to find everybody else if they wanted to.
Who do you think didn't try hard enough?
Jones's people.
Oh.
I don't think they tried hard enough.
To search for the defectors?
Yes, exactly. Not just the defectors, but the ones who like ran into the forest. Like
they were more concerned with getting back to the pavilion at Jonestown and seeing this to the end.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like fuck them. Jim wants us here to do this, so this is what he
Let's give a
wants.
report of we killed 5 people. And like how they were shooting them in the head to make sure that they were actually dead.
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
But a lot the majority of them did escape, and they're alive today.
Of course. But they did leave
Thankfully.
with injuries.
Yes. They all took a hit.
Oh yeah.
Just they weren't fatal hits.
Right. And then
go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, only 5 people died at the Port Coutuna airstrip. That was Congressman Leo Ryan, Greg Robinson, CNN reporter, cameraman Bob Brown, Don Harris, and a temple defector named Patricia Parks. Those were the only ones that were killed. Everybody else got away.
Was there any children that got on the plane?
No.
I was all adults?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm sorry. No. If I'm leaving my kids going with me, you can suck my asshole.
Yeah.
Tongue in the butt. Nope. We're done.
Yeah. I agree.
No way. I'm taking as many kids that will go with me.
Yeah.
But of course, they were still scared. They were testing.
Yeah.
They were like iffy.
And they also didn't think that Jim's really going to do the suicide thing.
Right,
It's just another
right.
bullshit.
It was just a bullshit, right? So we go back to
the pavilion.
he calls it last white night
Yeah.
at this point, and that's November 19th.
18th.
18th?
Yeah.
18th.
November 18th.
November 18th.
1978.
That was a good year for movies, bad year for 900 plus people.
Yeah. It was right before Thanksgiving. Going into Thanksgiving.
Jesus.
The holiday season.
Yep. I mean, was it just cyanide going into the Kool-Aid, or was it more than that?
There was more. Potassium cyanide was the main one. There's a long list. Well, not a long list, but there's a...
I mean, I know in the documentaries, like, they were faking it and just dumping a bunch of shit in it.
Yeah.
So, were they injecting the Kool-Aid shit into people that had the stuff?
They would, with the syringes?
Mm-hmm.
No, a lot of them, the ones who were doing it on pure will, they would just scoop it and take it and
But
start
people
drinking.
would, like, put syringes in it and suck it up and shoot people.
If people were fighting against it,
Right.
you would get it injected. And kids, they would a syringe but without the needle, just
Shoot it
like
into their
water
mouth?
gun it into their mouth. Even
No
babies.
no one survived.
Not.
Well, I mean
there was
if they
30 total survivors on this day.
yeah, but they also like those are the ones that hid and disappeared and ran.
Yeah.
We're talking about the people who actually injected it, so no one survived.
No.
Okay. Because there was enough poison in it that a drop could kill you.
Yeah.
I didn't research the effects of potassium cyanide, like how it kills you or breaks down into killing you. Jesus Christ.
It's pretty fucked up.
The sounds, the voices, like when Jim Jones was talking and you can hear the kids crying and the women screaming and him saying that going somewhere better is better than living this life. And
I have the quote.
go ahead.
I tell you, I don't care how many screams you hear. I don't care how many anguished cries. Death is 1,000,000 times preferable to 10 more days of this life. If you knew what was ahead of you, you'd be glad you'd be stepping over tonight.
Didn't he say something also along the lines of, don't cry, don't worry, just do this.
It's the whole thing. There's the death tape. It's 45 minutes long. If you want anyone listening, if you want to go on YouTube, just type in Jonestown death tapes. you'll hear it.
It's
The whole thing.
the children, though.
Yeah.
I can't. You don't fuck with kids.
No. Well,
You
absolutely
don't.
not. In any circumstance.
I just don't understand those people who were watching them give these kids the poison. Why didn't they grab the guns and start fighting back? Why didn't they fight back?
I don't know.
Could you not wake up at that point? It was a fucking fever dream this entire fucking time, and your kids are fucking dying. They are killing your children.
But to them, it's okay because I'm right behind them. I'm going to hold their hand, and I'm going to embrace them. I'm coming with them.
I don't remember her name, but she was 76 years old. She crawled, like she hid in
One
her
of the survivors,
house.
yeah. And that's an actual survivor, yes.
She crawled in somewhere. She hid in her house.
For 24 hours, she hid under the bed.
I'm pretty sure I can hold my piss in long enough for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If my life depended on it.
Yeah.
God.
Or just flip over and find a crack in the floor and stick it in there.
Or just piss your pants.
Yeah.
That'll be all right. The photo you showed me of the helicopter
Yes.
flying back into Jonestown.
Uh-huh. With
And
the bodies.
All the bodies everywhere.
Yeah.
Just piled on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
They
That is
said-
a very, I hate to use the word iconic, but
It is.
yes.
It is. They said it was so colorful, they thought it was just clothes.
Yeah. If
Just
you just
clothes laid out.
Yeah, confetti. It looked like confetti. Because they were and that was the day after. That Sunday on the
Yeah, because
19th.
they were
They needed people, a cleanup crew.
not really clean up, but they were going
But-
back to see
Yeah, and to document.
and to try and save more people.
But you had like U.S. Marshals and other military
And they
service
were too late.
servicemen. Yeah,
But they were too late.
yeah.
They were too late.
They thought they were going there to save lives, and unfortunately,
Did
they
they-
just didn't make it.
Did they say how many people died of gunshot wounds?
No. I do have the death numbers total. It was 153 men, 452 women, 302 children, and 2 unidentified.
And the only one that we know of is Jim Jones, who died by a gunshot wound. And they said he didn't even fucking do it.
Right. Well, there's a theory that some say he did it to himself. Others say that one of a nurse on the medical staff did it to him.
Did she realize what the fuck was going on and did it?
Yes. And then because there was a nurse next to her body was next to his. But they don't know if he shot her and then himself, or if she shot him and then she shot herself.
Jesus.
But he took the bitch way out. He watched all these people do
What he
live
wanted
up
them
to what he wanted them to do.
Yeah, but he couldn't do it.
Right.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
God damn.
He took the easy way out,
Fucking
the
disgusting.
painless way out. These people had to
It
drink
went
the
through his
stuff and
head.
suffer and die in pain. He just bullet to the head. Cool.
It was
done.
to the head.
Yeah, it was a gunshot wound to the side to the temple.
Fucking bitch.
Yep. Yeah, and I do have clips from the death tapes that I will be playing on this episode. Following this, I'm not playing the whole 45 minutes. That's way too long. But just know that this is graphic. You can hear the sounds of children and everybody screaming, crying in the background. If you don't want to hear this, feel free to turn the episode off now.
No. You can skip through.
Yeah, skip through. But yeah. So if you don't want to hear it, this is your warning.
How very much I've loved you. How very much I've tried my best to give you the good life. But in spite of all of that I've tried, a handful of our people, with their lies, have made our life impossible. There's no way to detach ourselves from what's happened today. Not only we're in a compound situation, not only are there those who have left and committed the betrayal of the century. Some have stolen children from others, and they're in pursuit right now to kill them because they stole their children. And we are sitting here waiting on a powder keg. I don't think this is what we want to do with our babies. I don't think that's what we had in mind to do with our babies. It was said by the greatest of prophets from time immemorial, no man takes my life from me, I lay my life down. So to sit here and wait for the catastrophe that's going to happen on that airplane, it's going to be a catastrophe. Almost happened here. Almost happened. The congressman was nearly killed here. But you can't steal people's children. You can't take off with people's children without expecting a violent reaction. I've been living on hope for a long time, Christine, and I appreciate you've always been a very good agitator. I like agitation because you got to see two sides of one issue, two sides of a question. But what those people are going to get done, what they get through, will make our life worse than hell. Will make the Russians not accept us when they get through lying. They told so many lies between there and that truck that we are done in as far as any other alternative.
Well, I said let's make an airlift to Russia. That's what I say. I don't think nothing is impossible.
Well, how are we going to
believe it?
How are you going to airlift to Russia?
Well, I thought they said if we got in an emergency, they gave you a code to let them know.
No, they did. They gave us the code that they'd let us know of an issue, not us create an issue for them. They said if they saw the country coming down, they'd give us the code. They give us a code. You can check on there and see if it's on the code. You can check with Russia to see if they'll take us in immediately, otherwise we die. I don't know what else you say to these people. But to me, death is not a fearful thing. It's living that's treacherous. I have never seen anything like this before in my life. I've never seen people take the law and do some of our innocent babies. I don't want to see this, Christine, because they got to shoot me to get through to some of these people. I'm not letting them take your jar. Can you let them take your jar?
See John die?
What's that?
You mean you want to see John, the little one in King?
I want to see.
Are going because, like Dad said, when they come in, what they're going to do to our children, they're going to massacre our children. And also the ones that they take captured, they're going to just let them grow up and be dummies.
Jim Cobb is laying on the airfield dead at this moment. Remember the Oliver woman said she'd come over and kill me if her sons wouldn't stop her. These are the people, the peddlers of hate. All we're doing is laying down our life. We're not letting them.
So, like I said, I didn't want to play all the death tapes, but that was kind of a gist of it.
I mean, you can really tell that he didn't want outsiders.
Yeah.
You can tell that he was convincing them to listen to him because anything outside of this is going to be worse.
Yeah.
But it couldn't have been worse.
He tried to tell them that the military's on their way here right now to slaughter us.
Yeah. So you need to do this now.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He was a disgusting, evil man. He was an evil, evil, evil man.
909 lives lost that day. Yep.
It's
a lot.
It is a lot.
That's 909 too many.
Way too many.
Well, no, because Jim died also, so less. 908.
Yeah. 908. I I mean, even my heart right now goes out to those family members who never got closure.
Who are still, today, almost 50 years later, suffering through that trauma.
And the people who were a part of it who survived
Yeah.
dealing with that trauma.
50 years of that's your trauma.
I don't think I could, have been hidden and or come out of hiding
You're too afraid.
and see all of the people that I have been living with for years.
Yeah.
Dead in front of me, walking over their corpses.
I often have, every time I...
Watching the children.
I put myself in the shoes of a survivor who I come out of hiding from
out
this
of the jungle.
and I look down the ground and there's you and Gunnar laying there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was forced on you.
Yeah.
You tried to fight, couldn't.
Honestly, though, if there were too many people, they could have fought.
They were afraid. You're right. They could have. They
could have fought.
They were scared. Well, hell, Marceline, Jim's wife.
Yeah.
She tried to fight.
Mm-hmm.
It was. She waited till
make sure the kids, try to save the kids.
When she saw the last child die, she said, "Fuck it,"
because the kids went first.
Yeah, I've seen children die. I can't live watching what I just saw happen to kids. I can't live my life. So fuck it, I'm in. She tried to fight. They tried to force her. Jim Jones's wife.
And yet she was so blind.
Yeah.
To this entire thing.
All she was trying to do was protect the kids at the end.
She should have protected them with not doing this, but
yeah,
that's neither here nor there.
Tried. But
that is the most. It's horrific.
Oh, it's terrible.
Evil man. God, evil's not even the word.
Yeah.
Disgusting's not even the word to describe him.
There isn't one.
There is no word.
Piece of fucking shit.
That's still not bad enough.
It's still, yeah, that's still too.
If I hate someone enough and I want them to die, then I'll call them Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And that's taking it easy.
100%.
Disgusting man.
But yeah.
Thank you so much for showing me this and introducing me to this.
Well, when you said you wanted to do the medieval torture episode last week, I was like, ooh, I can pick one. I was like, I know what I'm doing.
I mean, I've never
our first true crime episode.
Absolutely, but I mean, like I've never watched. I mean, like I said, bits and pieces I've seen when you were watching it. I never really watched it. I've never gone down that rabbit hole. I've never talked about it. I didn't know a lot about it. And you've taught me a lot. And watching the documentaries, that's taught me a lot of how much shit these people went through, and they never realized it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was Jonestown.
We hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. That was really fun. It was a good researching episode too. Even though it
was a horrible tragedy, but I don't know why that I have fascinated by it. I know that sounds weird.
Well, no, that's like my fascination with Waverly.
Yeah.
There's an attachment somewhere in your timeline, in your history.
God, I hope not.
Somewhere.
I hope not.
But
my family's a dumbass.
No, but at least now we know the signs and what to look for.
Yeah.
When something like this does happen. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, this guy kind of sounds like Jim Jones.
Well, thankfully you don't hear a lot about cult stuff nowadays.
They hide it well.
Yeah, well, because it happened so much back then, today people know what to look for.
Joel Osteen, Patterson.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Possibly. It's possible.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right. You got anything to add?
I don't. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Love you. Guess what you get to do now?
Can I take it out of here?
Take it out of here.
As always, thank you for joining us for this episode. Don't forget to check out our link tree at linktr.ee/Gray's Taproom Podcast 2. There you will find many ways to support us. Subscribe to our Patreon. 4 tiers are now available. Take a shot for $1, acquire a buzz for $3, get tipsy for $5, and fully loaded for $10. Don't forget to check out our ad-free Taproom Radio for some tasty jams.
Don't text and drive, don't drink and drive, and always drink responsibly.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Thanks for hanging out and get home safe.
Tap room closed.